Is Taylor Swift a fairy? Puff in here from the Fairy Liberation Front. You're a fairy, I'm a fairy, everybody's a fairy. But is Taylor Swift living up to her fairy nature, her fairy potential? It starts with growing up in a Christmas tree farm. To me, that's like growing up in a candy shop or a florist or in the in the rebellion or something that makes you a fairy. That makes you more likely to grow up fairy. She looks fairy, but so does everybody when you look at them, right? And I don't know how much she's leaned into that. I was inspired by this because of Aria, Cynthia Erivo, and Ariana Grande, the Wicked Witches, and how, from an Oz perspective, from those of us from Oz, or those of us who already recognize our fairy nature, from an Oz perspective, looking back on Aria in A Camp, from the Oz perspective of the Rainbow Gathering of Oz, looking back on the A Camp and seeing of Wicked and seeing Aria and Cynthia Erivo there, or Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo there, Aria, or Cynthiana might be easier to remember. Seeing them there shows that they're starting on their journey. T-Swizzle, Tay-Tay, May-May, Taylor Swift has started on her journey from being grown up in a Christmas tree farm, I would imagine, but also, because she's an artist, because she's rich enough to be a fairy. Not that you have to be rich to be a fairy, but she's rich enough to escape the constraints of humanity to allow her fairy nature to come out. But her management, her family, like everything, the society itself, her themes in her songs, the romance and hierarchy and jealousy and judgment, things like that are real human concerns, not fairy concerns, kind of the opposite of fairy concerns. Those things suggest that she's held back from her true fairy potential, and that she has a greater fairy potential that she just hasn't reached. I mean, not like Ariana Grande or Cynthia Erivo have reached their fairy potential. They're just starting, because they're starting in a pseudo-Oz property, Wicked, which, like I said, is like the A Camp of the Rainbow Gathering of Oz. So it's like a filter or a barrier to getting to Oz, but at least it's a start. It's a start on the road. So, and Taylor Swift has apparently been generous with her crew and stuff like that. That's a start on the road to being fairy, but there's so much more. There's so much further she can go. And we're all waiting. We're all excited to help bring everybody into their fairy nature and get off the post and come join us in Oz. But check out the Oz books by L. Frank Baum. That's one great way to do it. But check out this music and see it from a fairy perspective, and you'll be helping encourage not only your own fairy nature to come out, but also to bring out the fairy nature of your favorite stars. So welcome Aria, welcome Tay-Tay, T-Swizzle, and welcome to you. See you guys in Oz and in the Fairy Liberation Front as we bring it forward. Thanks. You can use the hashtag Fairy Liberation Front if you want to. I'm the only one who uses it now, but it's going to grow. So thanks for helping. See you soon.